What's this thing Tony's always doing? A paper toss? I can do that. I can do that. I can do that. Yes! Whoa! What's happening here?
It's Around the Horn, presented by Crown Royal Regal Apple, part of Happy Hour. Here's Tony Reali.
What'd you do? What'd you do with that paper toss? You sent us back in time. That's what you did. Pablo's a teenager.
I am.
Flashkey has hair.
Hello,
You all write for newspapers.
Hello, lady.
This might be a bad idea, but I guess we'll try to do the show. But since you guys are traveling time, I should let you know. Settle down, Flashkey. If you come across yourselves from a previous year, do not engage. The consequences could be disastrous. I don't know why everybody does that in movies, but that's what they do. All right, let's go. I'm going to crump up the paper and let's send this traveling time. February 7th, 1994, we start with the stunning, shocking news from Michael Jordan today. After a stunning, shocking retirement last fall from the NBA, Michael Jordan is playing baseball. Today, signing a minor league deal with the White Sox. Bill, I got to ask you, one day Michael Jordan will be a Hall of Fame basketball player. He'll give a moving, happy speech, I bet. But do you think he could get to similar heights in baseball?
Gotta be honest with you, Tony, this is a gamble. This is a huge roll of the dice for Mr. Jordan. But you know what? This is a guy who knows when to hold him and knows when to fold him.
Okay.
And he knows now that baseball.
So you're betting on his baseball career, it sounds like.
Because there's a high school freshman in Pennsylvania named Kobe Bryant. He's going to replace him one day.
All right, but Woody Page?
Oh, I spent time with him yesterday in the clubhouse. He's already out working out, Tony. I think he's going to have a 10, 12-year career in baseball and be a Hall of Famer in both sports. He's got a little bit of a loop in his swing. I was talking to his manager in Birmingham.
Okay.
That's going to be Terry Francona. We were playing Yahtzee and went out to play golf.
Okay, all right, enough of that. Blackistone, Jordan, the baseball player.
This is the most preposterous thing I've ever heard. This guy is on top of the NBA world. He's going to go play baseball. This is going to ruin his brand, Tony. Air Jordan, that was working. Spikes Jordan, it just doesn't have the same ring. Who's going to go out and buy a whole bunch of spikes with a little circle on it for him?
So you don't think people want to be like Mike, the baseball player. Interesting. How about you, young Pablo?
No, his brand is going to be totally fine if he wants to completely distract kids in America from the fact that he ever tried to play baseball. Just star in a movie with some really old cartoon characters and some aliens. No one will even remember this at all.
What would you call that movie, Pablo?
Galaxy Dunk?
Okay, working title. You know, I think we can all agree this will be the biggest story in 1994. There is nothing anybody will do in a white Ford Bronco that could possibly be bigger than this in 1994. Let's see if I can send us back home right here. Paper toss. Whoa! We're in April 14, 1997, and you all are still fist pumping after yesterday's Hello World moment. Tiger Woods winning the Masters. Newspapers and even people writing on the internet using historic superlatives to describe this 21-year-old. Woody, there's nothing standing in the way of this guy, huh?
Oh, he's going to be the very best. I was on top of the Plantation House clubhouse yesterday, looking out and thinking about what Jack Nicklaus and Arnold Palmer told me, that when they played with Tiger Woods, they said he was going to win as many Masters tournaments as they did. They had a combination of 10. I don't think anything's going to stop this kid. In fact, Jack told me that the one thing he really needs to do, I think, which will put him over the top, is get married, settle down. There'll be no stopping him.
Inside information. All right. How about Blackistone on Tiger Woods?
Well, it's not just about this Eldrick Woods character. It's about the fact that he's black, that he's Asian, that he's European. I don't know, call him Calibanesian if you want to. He's going to transform the look of golf. I can see 20 years from now, forget how many Masters tournament he wins, but I'll bet you that half of the Masters tournaments from here on out are won by kids today who are of color, who are adult golfers.
Okay, so that's a prediction from Blackistone. Pablo, how about you?
But listen, Tiger is great, but one thing about growing up in the 90s, a little bit nerdy, is that you kind of want to overcompensate for not getting any girls. You want to grow that ego. I can see Tiger maybe leaving golf and just becoming maybe a sports television show panelist.
Bill Plaschke, how about you?
I get so tired of us. The day after these events, we always coronate the next king. Let's give it a rest. Wait on this kid. I was at a Perkins restaurant yesterday watching this with a lot of people, and they were all saying, he's not going to make it. They're all saying, he's not going to go.
Okay, the other guys have the expectations pancake sky high. You're a little bit lower. We got to go back home. This is getting a little bit ridiculous. Paper toss. Oh. September 5th, 1998. The great summer of 98 continues. Sammy Sosa, home run number 58 last night. 2 behind Mark McGwire. This is a chase, as you know, that has inspired millions and proven milk can do a body good. Kevin, a wonderfully wholesome story, right?
Oh, absolutely a wholesome story. This is just what baseball needs, the home run. What is more American than the home run? And I've been following these guys. One week I'm with McGwire, the next week I'm with Sosa, and the crowds and the excitement around them, nothing could happen better to Americans.
Okay, Pablo, how about you?
Look, we're just beginning to learn about technology and sports science and all of these things, but the thing that I'm convinced about is milk. Milk apparently is all we need. Let's invest in milk. Forget technology, forget science. All we need to do is drink milk. More milk.
Bill Plaschke?
Pablo, I don't think you've been drinking enough milk there, buddy. But I think I was like Kevin. I was there, and I'm so proud of what I wrote. I'm going to hang it and frame it on the wall. I wrote, this is integrity. This is triumph. This is America. Sosa and McGwire are America.
Okay, all right. That may be true. Self-promotion, no matter what time you're in, is the mating call, the mute button. All right, Woody Page.
I followed this story from the beginning, and I tell you, it's going to live with us, I think, forever in baseball. Baseball is always going to remember how this started. I think other players are going to copy Sosa, and I think they're going to follow him, and we're going to see people like Ken Griffey. Barry Bonds maybe will be even better than these guys. But I don't drink milk. I think it's prune juice, and I think that McGwire showed me in his locker.
So you've got juice over the milk here. Very interesting. All right, crumple this paper ball up. And back to 2015. October 15, 2003. Oh, boy. I think he knew he was in trouble the second after he reached up to grab that foul ball. The young man's name is Steve Bartman. He's being blamed by some, for costing the Cubs the game last night. Tonight is Game 7, Pablo Torre. No big deal, right? The Cubs will be fine, right?
No, they won't. They're the Cubs. I don't have them being in the World Series again until they meet Miami in 2015. But what I am worried about is what is happening to Woody? What is going on?
Woody. Oh, no.
My hands.
I thought this might happen.
Oh, where am I going?
I think we need to get out of here. We got to go right now. Give us a horn. Oh, I was afraid that might happen. Whew. Buy or sell is going to be next. And if it's still 2003 when we come back, Brett Favre, what the Packers will do without him now that he says he'll retire. Aaron Boone, man who can't hit in the clutch and has no middle name. And, of course, Lance Armstrong, very talented postman, friend of our president. What vitamins he thinks kids should take. Next. Oh, it's still happening. It's still happening. Traveling through time. February 11th, 1990. Of course, we start with tonight's fight in Japan. Such a no-doubter. The usual ringside celebs, Rick Moranis, Milli Vanilli, Estelle Getty, Jim J. Bullock, all the big names, aren't even making the trip, Bill. So are you buying Mike Tyson? Are you buying Buster Douglas? Or you're not even paying to buy the pay-per-view?
I'm buying this mullet for one thing. I'm also buying Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson's no sooner going to lose this fight than he would ever get like a tattoo on his face or anything. He's going to win this fight. Then the rest of his career is going to be one big hangover or hangover 2 or one.
Woody Page.
I'm all over this fight. I think that if you've looked at Tyson, he is a bit flabby. He is going to go into this so over the confident, going against Douglas in a foreign country like this. I think you want to buy this pay-per-view at $16.95.
That's
great Scott.
Even though it's that high of a dollar value. Blackistone, how about you?
No, I'm not buying this fight, but I tell you what I am doing. I'm buying drinks at the Mirage Club that night out in Las Vegas. That's where I'm going to be, baby. Come on out with me. Party with Stone.
Okay, Stone. This is Stone in the 80s. Of course it is. All right, Tori, how about you?
Listen, if I pick Buster Douglas, can I get a 100-point bonus if that's true? It's basically like a 16 seed beating a 1. If Mike Tyson loses, man, he's out of America. He's not going to be in any movies or TV shows or anything.
No, sure. Pablo, you should be an infant at this point, right? I'm not even going to add. No one's going to say that he's going to be distracted by the Soda Popinski fight that's next on schedule for him. Let's just move on. Let's go. Paper toss.
Whoa!
Uh-oh, we're going the wrong way. The year 1986, but the team will always be known as the 85 Bears. They beat the Patriots, which they basically called 3 months ago when they released the Super Bowl Shuffle, which I'll remind you, all of you ripped at the time. KB, you can remember the team or the Shuffle?
Oh, I'm going to remember the Shuffle. Come on, it's all about the music. Tone, you know that. This thing won gold. It got a platinum for a video, and it was nominated for a Grammy. Come on, entertain us.
Pablo?
You're going to remember a team. There is no way that a video with athletes in it is going to become popular ever again. Music, athletes, funny videos, and sports, never going to be successful.
Bill Plaschke?
We were all wrong, Tony. The Bears weren't here to cause no trouble. They were just here to win the Super Bowl. They're going to continue. They live on.
Woody Page?
Oh, whoa there, Marty. We got to get this up to 88 miles per hour precisely, just like the Bears did. I think they're going to be on a run forever. I think the next 10 years they're going to win 10 Super Bowls, and I'll be there to see the last one. And with that combination of Mike Ditka and Ryan, I think you're going everywhere you want to go.
All right. This last one. Boom.
Oh, man.
February 22, 1980. Pardon this interruption. They're in my ear. Sweet Sassy Molassie. Our affiliates on the border with Canada reporting tonight's Olympic hockey semifinal, the United States versus the Soviet Union. A game that won't even air in this country for 3 more hours. Spoiler alert. I'm going to write that down. That's a pretty good one. Spoiler alert. Just came up with that. The United States has won 4-3. Kevin Blackistone, a feat of this magnitude. What would you call it?
I would call it, I need an acid at Lake Placid.
Pablo Torre.
It's the semifinal. I'm going to go with the ultimate penultimate.
Bill Plaschke.
Russia on the rocks.
Okay, nice. And Woody Page?
There's only one way to describe this. It will forever be remembered in the future as the upset at Olympics.
All right, first, looks like we're dropping Pablo off in 1980. What's the first thing you're going to do, Pablo?
If I'm in 1980, does that mean I'm never born?
Thanks for playing along. All right, lightning round is next, and if it's still 1980 when we come back, things heating up in the Larry Bird, Magic Johnson,
Get in the DeLorean.
Jim Spanarkel Rookie of the Year race. And also, U.S. figure skating juniors with the 2 emerging stars, Nancy Kerrigan and Tanya Harding, vowing to never let competition get in the way of their friendship, which is very nice to hear. Please tell me we're back in 2015. Yes! May 13th, month and a half from now. Clippers-Warriors Conference semis tonight, Game 5. Here's the question. Will the events of March 31st, you remember, Curry devertebrating Chris Paul, have any impact on tonight's all-important game, Bill Plaschke?
No impact. First off, Chris Paul recovers well from his torn Achilles in that incident, and the Warriors are pushed by Oklahoma City to 7 games. They're wiped out. Big fights. Draymond Green suspended 2 games. Clippers in the driver's seat in that series.
Woody Page?
Call me Aluminum Man, and I think it is going to carry over. There will be blood. Steph Curry, Chris Paul getting into it at midcourt. Steve Kerr, Blake Griffin. It's going to be wild. This duel has been going.
But I got to stop. Guys, we're a month in the future. Why are you dressed like a baked potato, Woody? What is Plaschke wearing? NASA? Blackistone? What are you doing here? It's a month in the future.
Good news for NASA. You do have a future. How about that?
Who do you like in Game 5 tonight, Blackistone?
Well, I like the Clippers if they go back to letting Chris Paul guard Steph Curry and get away from having Austin Rivers do it just because he's a son of the...
Well, you know why they did it? Because rest in peace, Chris Paul, after what Steph Curry did to him March 31.
Whoa.
July 14, 2016, 1 year into the future, and we're hearing Kevin Durant's announcement of where he'll take his backpacks We'll be in an hour. DK decision. Woody, you think he'll go back on his words from March 31st, 2015 when he said he'd love to stay and retire in Oklahoma City Thunder?
No, he's staying in Oklahoma City. He wants to finish his career there, no doubt about it. Why is he staying? Because he's got Michael Westbrook there, and LeBron James opted out of his contract, said he wants to go play with the Thunder and create a
Okay, very interesting that in a year in the future, Michael Westbrook starts an NBA career and then starts playing. Blackstone, how about you?
Well, as you know, the ABA Journal reported that Kevin Durant in his off time has actually gone to law school, gotten his degree, earned a clerkship in the Supreme
1 year?
Court. Yeah, with Justice Scalia. So, of course, he's going to come here.
So now you're a homer now. Of course you are, even a year into the future. How about you, Flashkey?
General Manager Kobe Bryant brings Durant to the Lakers in 2016 to play with Kevin Love, who's already ensconced there. It works well.
Yeah, and your homerism is our constant, Bill Flashkey.
Yes,
nice to have that. Although I'm just noticing now you went Star Trek with the attire. It's a good thing let's move a little bit further into the future. Let's do that. April 13th, 2025. And finally we have a Deflategate ruling. The Patriots Super Bowl from 10 years ago that they won only after deflating balls in the AFC Championship game. You guys remember this, right? That title has been stripped.
Sort of. Oh.
Kevin Blackstone, did Commissioner Marshawn Lynch get it right?
How do we know if Commissioner Marshawn Lynch got it right? We in the press asked him about his decision, and he didn't say anything. He just stared at us.
Oh, he didn't want to get fined by himself, I guess. Go ahead, Flashkey.
Yes, he got it right, but it was very disturbing. He called the rich recluse Roger Goodell from his beachfront home and left him a voicemail telling him of the decision. Goodell said he never got it.
Nicely done, Bill. Woody Page.
You didn't get it right. Belichick and the Patriots have done so many things since then. I mean, putting a player in their other team's uniform on the sidelines and picking up all of the information, I think that outweighed it. That was bigger.
Uniform Gate. The great Uniform Gate of 2027, you're recalling, of course. Yes. All right, Woody Page. Music. It's 2034 right now. We're dropping you off. What are you going to get into?
I have seen the future, and it is not including me.
Showdown next to Flashkey and Blackstone. Two cyborgs enter, only one. 51% cars. And straight ahead, if we come back in 2034, the Around the Horn investigation into the Buffalo Wild Wings point-fixing sprinklers scandal. And also, is LeBron James Jr. on your Mount Rushmore of greatest NBA players ever? And don't forget, Mount Rushmore only has 3 faces on it ever since Abraham Lincoln crumbled away 2 years ago. Ford! So it's Flashkey and KB in Showdown. KB is going for win number 2068. Bill for 294. Been a bit of a drought for you, Mr. Flashkey. Space time to the winner. Let's see where we're going. February 13, 2043, Tiger Woods, of course. He just shot a 65 at Augusta International Mini Golf Course today by acing the famed 13th hole with our president, Miley Cyrus. You guessed it, he ran the ball up the tongue ramp. Flashkey, is Tiger back?
He struggled with the windmill, Tony. I keep saying he's got to get hand on the windmill. Didn't do the windmill very good. Didn't do the clown face. Hit off the clown's nose.
Of course he's back. He was at a putt-putt golf tour thing. This is what he was worst at the end of his career. He couldn't steady his putt. The greens were killing him.
No points for either. Remember, guys, we're in the future. Let's go. We'll see where we are next. May 14th, 2054. This weekend's Kentucky Derby. Secretary Bots with these spring-infused rubber rubber hoofs, has been ruled legal. Secretary Bots, a lock to win the Kentucky Derby, Kevin Blackstone.
No, not with computer viruses and all of that. And you call that a secretary bot? That looks like a roach bot to me. Somebody get a giant can of Raid and spray that thing before it gets out of here.
Kevin, come on. Come with the future, Kevin. Yes. Although I think Smarty Drones will probably have the better chance. He's trained by Bob Fastbot. I think they can win the Kentucky Derby.
Is how you get points. So forward to the future. Nicely done, Bill Flashkey. What are you wearing, by the way? Paper toss. Let's go. Where are we going now? Whoa. July 7th, 707 day, 3041. Of course, we have a FIFA scandal in 3041. Uranus has won the Galaxy Cup bid. Fellas, how do you think the negative 353-degree temperatures, and the anti-gravity will affect the players. Plashke, answer first.
Terrible place. I was just in Pluto, staying at the Marriott Courtyard there in Pluto, and they're mad. Pluto is furious. They should have gotten the thing perfect, except they say, well, they're not a planet. So big deal. Should have gone to Pluto, not Uranus.
Temperatures are no big deal anymore. Ever since Qatar in 2022, they've been able to deal with that. The problem with Uranus is it's tilted. You can't play soccer like this. This is why all their games are on another planet.
Thank you for your effort today, Blackistone. Plashke's going to win the FaceTime. Please send us home, Bill Plashke.
All hail the great Zorab. All hail the great Zorab. I just want to tell you folks about a story 1,014 years ago today. A great tale in humanity. There was an evil empire called Kentucky basketball. And they played in the national championship game against the good people of Duke. Kentucky was undefeated, yet Quinn Cook, 1,000 years ago today, Quinn Cook hit a jumper to beat Kentucky in the finals to prove that nobody's perfect, and then that started out a run of 12 straight championships by Louisville.
You're still a Louisville homer, no matter what year we're in there, Bill Plashke. All right.
Thank you.
What are you doing here? Pablo Torre, are you still with us?
My soul is inside of the computer.
That's going to do it, folks. Thanks for taking this trip with us. Since we're in 3049, we are on a negative 1,034.5-hour break. After us, of course, Rams-Steagles on ESPN 43, the inaugural game in Neil deGrasse Tyson Stadium in March. And remember, help control the human population. Have your pets spay and neuter you. Good night, fools.
Someone please hug me. It is so lonely inside of the computer.
Josh Bard, Aaron Solomon, well done.
Geico presents Strange Saving Stories. Astronomers detected an interstellar transmission. It stated, Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more. The implications were staggering. Was the cosmos telling us we could all save hundreds on car insurance with Geico? Or did their radar merely pick up a signal from the nearby Rufus and Clyde's morning show? We may never know.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
ESPN Radio, bringing you directly to the biggest events in sports.
Center field, well hit, Hunter back, out of here!
From opening day of baseball,
Throw to the plate, safe at the plate!
right through the World Series.
For the third time in 5 seasons, the San Francisco Giants are the champions of the baseball world.
Whether it's LeBron, Chris Paul, or Kevin Durant, when the NBA tips off, ESPN Radio is right there when a champion is crowned.
We have a new world champion. The San Antonio Spurs are the world champions.
And when the magic of bowl season arrives, ESPN Radio is your home for the new college football playoff.
The college football playoff first national champion, the Ohio State Buckeyes.
The biggest events in sports can be found right here on ESPN Radio. Two of baseball's best go head-to-head in interleague action when the Tigers head to St. Louis to face the Cardinals.
That one is gone.
The pregame at 7 Eastern, first pitch at 8, Sunday on ESPN and ESPN Radio.